What's up, everybody? The Iceman here on the Iceman V 2013 YouTube channel on this Monday, August 21st. SummerSlam has come and gone. Now, I didn't watch any of the pre-show. I think some of these pay-per-views have way too much time. I mean, 3 hours, normal, hour pre-show, and this came on at 7, ran to 11 for it was a regular 4-hour main card time, and you also had the pre-show. So I didn't get into the pre-show. I had a feeling Cena and Corbin would probably come on early. I didn't expect them as early as they were, but so be it. I'm a little miffed by all of this, mystified. Um, the WWE gives Baron Corbin the opportunity. He wins the Money in the Bank briefcase. He cashes it in. He loses. He faces Cena the following week at SummerSlam, and Cena beats him. I'm a little confused. I don't get it. Cena doesn't need the win. Rarely does he win at SummerSlam, so it was one of those rare wins for Cena at SummerSlam, but I just didn't get it. Where does this leave Baron Corbin? The push totally stops. So, I don't know. One thing I was pleased about was Rollins and Ambrose winning the tag team titles from Sheamus and Cesaro. I thought it was a really good match. It was a fun match to watch. It had a little bit of time to it, and it was one of those matches I was really interested in because to have Rollins and Ambrose back together once again, and you're there watching, waiting to see if one was going to turn on the other, and they didn't. So that was a good thing. So now they're tag team champions on Monday Night Raw. So that was a fun match to watch. I'm not surprised Natalya won against the reigning SmackDown Women's Champion Naomi. I figured this was going to happen. So now the WWE is deciding to push Natalya once again. So Naomi had the run for a little bit, and we'll see what Natalya can do, and let's see who gets it next. I wasn't surprised either that the Raw Women's Championship title changed. Sasha defeated Alexa Bliss. That was also an entertaining match to watch. It could have been a little better. I love Alexa Bliss. I love what she brings to wrestling. She's got that AJ Lee type mentality. I was disappointed to see her lose, but I was sort of expecting it. So, AJ Styles, Kevin Owens, Styles United States Champion with Shane McMahon as the referee. I was thrown by this one a little bit, but now I sort of can understand why. After watching the rest of the pay-per-view, I expected AJ to lose the belt to Kevin Owens, figuring he was going to go after the world title, and he still might if he stays on SmackDown. That was a pretty good match too. It really was a good match. I enjoyed watching. I like AJ Styles, and I think Kevin Owens is an excellent wrestler for his size. And Shane McMahon played it right down the middle, and you thought he was going to screw somebody over, and he didn't. But AJ ended up winning. Very good match. All right, Rusev and Orton. Who cared? Real quick, made no sense. Don't get it. I heard rumors of Rusev leaving. Who knows? I don't know. WWE title match. Didn't understand this whatsoever. If I was to bet on this match, I would have bet that Nakamura would have became the new WWE champion last night at SummerSlam. I really was totally shocked. Jinder Mahal retains. I'm lost for words there. Nothing against Jinder Mahal, but I think he's a boring WWE champion. He's lucky to have a run this long. He was a jobber for so many years that WWE decided to give him a push. That's all well and good, but the guy has no charisma whatsoever, and you can bring in his entourage, and they still don't help it out. Nakamura being pushed so hard by the WWE, and this is one of the reasons why I thought he beat John Cena clean, because he was going to go on to SummerSlam and end up becoming the WWE champion. Wasn't to be. The main event, though, if you watch the main event, you got your money's worth there. Strowman, Reigns, Samoa Joe, and Brock Lesnar. It was a great main event. Again, I'm not surprised that Lesnar retained the Universal title, but I don't think he should have. He's a part-time guy. He's not around. Any other champion, they did not defend their belt within 30 days, by the rules of the WWE, they'd get stripped of that title. How many times has Lesnar done that, guys? I don't know. They could have gave it to Strowman. I would have had no problem with that. They could have gave it to anybody else, and I wouldn't have had a problem with it. Roman Reigns will get it down the road. Samoa Joe, I would have loved to see him get the Universal title, because nobody really thought he had a chance in hell to get it. But for them to let Brock Lesnar retain makes no sense at all to me. You got a title on Monday Night Raw. It's your biggest belt. And half the time, your champion's not on TV. Doesn't make sense to me. They wonder why they lose viewers, their ratings drop, because they do things that just make no sense at all. I just don't get it. Overall, the pay-per-view was so-so. I mean, there's some other matches, which I'm not going to even talk about, because I really didn't have much interest in them. But it was long, drawn out, and honestly, I did like the main event. I didn't like the outcome. I think my two favorite matches, other than the main event, was Rollins and Ambrose defeating Sheamus and Cesaro for the Raw Tag Team titles, and of course AJ Styles and Kevin Owens. They both put on a clinic, a classic. It was fun to watch. So we'll see what happens on Monday Night Raw tonight. I'm out here in Portland visiting family. I'll be watching Raw tonight for the first time fully in months. It's hard for me to get through Raw, but I think I'm gonna, I'm kicking back tonight. I don't have to get up early like I always do, because I usually get up at 3 a.m. So I'm gonna give it a shot, and then I'll check out SmackDown tomorrow night, and we'll see what happens, But anyway, if I was to rate SummerSlam, I'd probably give it a 6.5. Again, disappointed in a lot of the matches. There was a lot of title changes if you count the ones that were on the pre-show. Neville regained the cruiserweight title back, but I don't know. I don't know. What do you guys think of the Big Cass and Big Show with Enzo in a shark cage, and he oiled himself up to slither out? I don't know. Seen it before, I guess. So, okay, guys. Enough of that. We'll see you next time. This is the Iceman. Peace out. Have yourself a great Monday.